You also played with a young Hardik Pandya and a young Bumrah.
Yeah.
Could you tell that these guys will become India players?
Hardik definitely had tremendous talent. I think Baroda, when I was playing for Baroda, we had a coach Sanat Kumar. He kept on saying, this guy has tremendous talent, tremendous talent. So he played for Baroda and then came to MI for some trials or netball, and they looked at him and they picked him up. I think from then on, he has done absolutely well. I think Bumrah, I think John Wright has actually scouted Bumrah, saying that he's going to be a really good bowler. I still remember his first game where he got Virat
He said,
LBW.
he did. He said, go away.
So no, from then on to where both of them have come is so great to see, and it makes us smile because we have seen them grow up to become the superstars that they have become. I think that's what Indian cricket and IPL is about, bringing about that talent and making cricketers into superstars. Yeah.
What was a young Hardik like in the locker room?
No, he was always the same. I feel in his heart is always the same. Is very, what do you call, bubbly, energetic, and even now he's the same. He's a very good person at heart. Yeah. And he still remains the same.
But in terms of training, could you see something different in him? Because there is an intensity in Hardik Pandya also, which I think a lot of amateur cricket fans would have discounted when he was younger. They would have thought he's a relaxed West Indies style guy. But nerd cricket fans know his intensity because he's turned up for India in very difficult moments
Yeah.
in the recent past. That's why you get to know the character of the person. That's why he's the T20 captain now. Could you see that intensity when he was younger also?
Yeah, of course, all the time. Because see, they have come up from a very humble background, both him and his brother, and they've worked really hard to get to where they have in life. And that character of that strength inside has always been there to go that extra mile to train that much harder. So everything was always there within him, and I don't think he was ever that relaxed character. Is always, he seems like that, but he always works really hard.
That's how he's a top all rounder
Yeah,
now.
of course, I think he's the best all rounder in the world. I think for a while, maybe if you with Ben Stokes,
Hmm.
both of them I think are the best all rounders in the world.
Why don't we see more seam bowling all rounders come out of the Indian circuit?
That is because of the, I think mostly the conditions and the climate and some of the domestic setups, they don't look after them well.
As in
You
they
know?
get injured?
Yeah, because it's very tough to be a seam bowling all rounder, especially coming from India, the domestic circuit where especially the climate it's not too kind when you're playing 4-day cricket.
Like you're saying the heat
Yeah, the
in India
heat,
is a big
heat.
factor.
Yeah, heat in India is a big factor, and also the condition. Some of the wickets can be flat, and they keep bowling you. No, they keep over bowling you. Some of the domestic setups they don't look after their players. So that's where I think a lot of good talent is lost.
So in Hardik Pandya's case, what went correct for him to actually become that
So in
all rounder
Hardik
for India?
Pandya's case, the best thing for him is MI. What happened is when he got into the Mumbai Indians setup, they looked after him really well. So they guided him properly. So
Health wise, also, I'm
no,
assuming.
in every way, they have guided him into becoming a really good cricketer, and from then on, it is his hard work which has brought him to where he is right now. So, but that guidance, I think, definitely has come from MI at an early age.
How do you guide an all rounder actually? Because, I mean, this is very
Yeah.
amateur fan perspective. Say if you have total training of 20 hours in a week. Now, as a batsman, you're obviously going to dedicate a bulk of that to batting. But for an all rounder, how do you divide the time and the training that way?
I think for an all-rounder, the most important thing is not to overbowl him. Over Sometimes overtraining also, because I think giving him enough recovery in terms of, even if that means him missing a game somewhere, doesn't really matter. But to look after his interest is very important, and I think things have improved from when you compare to 10-15 years ago, and they need to improve a lot more, especially in the domestic circuit with the state teams. they need to improve a lot more because everything is not channelized. State A is very different to state B. See, that is why you find cricketers
Coming out of only few places.
only few places, and some of them are really struggling in some states. Yeah.
In every way, money, management.
No, not money, but mostly management.
As in, they are either overused or
Yeah,
not.
they're overused, or if a good talented player is there who has done well for under 19 India or something, goes back to play state cricket. Within a game or two, he's dropped for some reason, and you don't see them ever again. So they get lost in that whole domestic thing. Yeah.
Is there a corruption and politics angle?
I'm not. I'm not too sure. It's not generalized as such. They might be somewhere in some pockets, but I don't think it is the case at all. Corruption meaning in state cricket, not in BCCI. BCCI is very clean.
Yeah. So in state, because cricket is such a large world in our country and it's so layered, you don't know what's going wrong in some random non-cricketing state.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
that is what I'm saying.
Okay. You think we lose a lot of people who could have actually been India caliber players because of this?
Yeah, of course, we would have lost a lot of talent up to now, and right now because things are being set up really well by BCCI. So whoever comes through the system from the states and comes up is taken care of really well by BCCI. And they are the ones who are representing India now or who are becoming. But the ones who are not fortunate enough to come through that system because of some politics or some, they get lost. So I think,
But do they make it to IPL?
I mean, even to make it to IPL, you need to play state cricket. But where will people see you? People have to see you. But somehow, this local cricket, I don't think is that transparent in some states.
So TRS Clips has all sorts of videos and all sorts of playlists. Make sure you explore the channel by subscribing and heading to our homepage and reading through all the playlists.